your hand, go up.
Hi guys, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me, guys? Can you see me? Oh, I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, Tosin, I can hear you.
Hi Dayo. Hi Nike. Hi everyone. Blessing, Deborah, Damilola, Raphael, Tolu, Rose. Okay, Rosie, I've greeted you. I don't know how many times I'm going to greet you. Christine, Oyilola, welcome everybody. Welcome to today's fireside chat, the first one this year. So we're just going to take a few minutes. We'll start by 6:05. I'm trying to get Chopper to join in. Oh, she has joined. Amazing. So let's wait for like 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Then we just start. Already I'm recording, so the replay will be available to people that join after or people that miss it. So welcome everyone. Please confirm you can hear me. Just drop in the chat box where your name and where you're tuning in from. Tosin from Lagos right now. So who's going to build the cat? Adenike from Abuja. Welcome. Welcome, Nike. Raphael from Lagos. Oh, welcome. Topper from Topper is here. Our guest from Alberta is here. Hallelujah, somebody. The Canada spirit is here. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Who else? We're about 15 people on this call. Please, let's Blessing from Lagos. Hi, Blessing. Happy birthday in arrears. Rosie from Leeds. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. 2 minutes more and we go. Dio from Ibadan. Please, can you hear me? Just type yes. Debbie from Benin. Hi, Errol from Nigeria. Nice one. Oilola from Benin. Sorry, Oilola from Lagos. Yes. Well, welcome, guys. Thank you, guys, for joining on time. I practically went out and I just got in like 5:45. See how I was running and racing to meet it, but I'm really excited we're here. Really excited. We're having the first fireside chat for the year, first of so many. Well, and I mean, it's about money. And with people were telling me that, oh, they will be here. I was expecting this place to be full, 50 people already. For Nigerians, we know how we are. But thank you, guys. Thank you very much for joining. I really do not take it for granted. So just 1 minute and we start. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Everything you put your hand go up. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Long life go follow you. Strangers go favor you.
Hi guys, so it's 8:05. Please let's start. 16 people on the call. Thank you very much, everyone. So like I've said earlier, welcome to Fireside Chat. Please go on mute if you're not speaking. Thank you, Koresh. Thank you. So welcome to Fireside Chat. I'm really excited. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but I'm super excited that this is happening at this time. And I'm thankful for everyone that joined the Fireside Chat. So this is just how the agenda is going to go. Of course, welcome, which I've already done, about the faves for new people that are here or for people that are going to watch the replay and do not know what we are all about. Then, of course, I'll introduce our guests. Of course, our rapid Fireside Chat that we always do. Then we'll chat, then questions, answers, and last, we are done. So, in about 1 hour, we should be done. 1 hour, 15 minutes, we should be done. So next up, about the faves. If you are here and you do not know what we are about, I'm sure some of us saw, join Toast the faves, this, and you're like, who are the faves, right? So we're a group of young people. We're driven, we're purpose driven, we're excited about our future, want to live life really well right now, and we're yearning for something greater. So we're a community. We like to challenge ourselves to be better, And I mean, we have activities like this, fireside chats, I mean, vision board activities, and so many other activities, basically to just develop ourselves and build our brands, right? Please, I need you to rep us. If you are here, a member of the faves, you get my Wednesday emails. Don't disgrace me. Put it in the comment section and say yes, or just say one thing that comes to your mind when you think of this community. Oh yeah, please don't fall my hand, or don't help me, I beg. Please. So let's see. Let me see who's not going to disgrace me. My God, my Father, do not put me to shame this evening. Wow, 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 guys. Wow, wow, really. Thank you, Raphael. Yeah. MBL, MBL, energy. We are your faves. Thank you, amazing. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Yes, so Rosie. Gosh. Gosh. Yes, 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 yes. Who else now? Two more people to hype us before I move on. Deb, if you don't hype Debbie, who will? Thank you. Who else? One more person. One more. Dayo. Thank you very much, guys. I love you all. Thank you. So, I mean, let's just go straight up. I'm sure you're like, who is this person? Temitope Oshin. You know, I've talked about in the newsletter, I've done my WhatsApp status. So I'm just going to give you a brief story of how I stumbled on Tope, like I always do before every session. Right. So, I mean, I was talking to my sister about who is that? Okay, nobody. So I was talking to my sister about how I'm really thinking money for the next fireside chat, and I was looking for somebody that I mean is young, somebody that has a track record of, I mean, we like saying building wealth, or that knows is financially secure, knows how to make people financially secure. And my sister just said, "Oh, don't I know finance we talk where that they follow each other on Instagram?" And I went to her page, went to her LinkedIn. Of course, now I always talk. Went to her LinkedIn, checked that website, and I was really amazed. I mean, I'll talk where made that target of making 1 million by the time she was 25. And beyond that, I mean, she has helped lots and lots of people to be financially secure. And we had testimonials from her page and the like. So I mean, I was really excited. I approached her. And like you guys know, the people that I approach for fireside chat that eventually agree, they don't stress me. Like they say yes, they align with the vision. And that's what Tope did. I'm really so excited to have Tope here. Tope, please can you hear me? Because you're going to be speaking in the next 1 minute to introduce us. So she's going to introduce herself to us. I mean, this one is the stalking version, right? She'll tell us who she is, and we'll just go right into it. Tope, please confirm you can hear me and you're ready to speak.
Hi, Toshi. Hi, everyone. I can hear you very loud and clear.
Hi, Tope. Welcome. Thank you for agreeing to
Thank
do
you.
this. Can you guys hear Tope? Please comment if you can. Yeah, let's just comment so we don't waste our time. Thank you, Pristine. Thank you, NBO. Thank you. Yes, Tope. So we're ready. We want to know who you are. Like, yes, who's Tope?
All right, hi guys, great to be here with you. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure, it's an honor. Today's a really special day for me, by the way. It's my son's first birthday.
Oh.
And so we have a party, but I said I have to do this very quickly before I go into the party. So a little bit about me. I'm a mom, and I have an adorable son. I'm a personal finance strategist as well. I love to tell people on the best ways to build sustainable wealth, and I have a community that works towards that. And then what we do is we provide you with the information, the resources, the materials, the support and accountability that you need in your journey to building sustainable. I've for the past 3 years, we've had from a small roadshow to something really big and sustainable. Now we partner with organizations. We partner with really large organizations like RiseVest, FBN Quest, so many other investment companies to help propagate financial literacy, to help make sure that people understand, the importance of managing their money effectively, and also show them the pathways to building wealth. So that's a summary of who Tope is. Fun fact about me is I recently got interested in technology. So I've been taking some courses in data analysis. So don't be surprised if in the nearest future you hear of Tope as a tech expert as well, because I'm all about expanding your capabilities. So thanks again for having me here, guys.
You're welcome. Oops, excited. Thank you very much, Tope. I mean, for telling us so much more about you. And happy birthday to your son. We're going to allow you leave on time. Don't worry, so you can go and do mommy duties. But I mean, 1 year birthdays parties are always fun. So I mean, you should enjoy it. Right. So thank you. So up next, straight away, we're going to go to something we just do here. And guys, I'm going to need you on this one. This one, I need you. Please come up. Fireside rapid fire questions. They're just like this or that stuff where really fun. I mean, nothing serious. This is not the serious money thing. So we'll just ask you this or that. One. You just pick which one you prefer, right? So I'm going to start with the obvious one, but I'm going to ask Nigeria or Canada?
Obviously, night. In Canada.
Okay, so jollof rice or fried rice? Guys, drop your options here. Drop your options here so we can get this going. Someone has written amala, ewedu, or pounded yam or egusi.
Pounded yam. I'm a real Ondo babe.
Ondo State too. Yeah. Okay, so shawarma or pizza?
Shawarma for life.
Naira or dollars?
Oh, dollars, please. Naira is what it is.
Does this make sense? But I'm going to ask it. Bitcoin or paper money?
Wow, that's a very tough one, honestly.
Okay,
you know what, guys? I would say Bitcoin because I believe that there's a future in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin.
Okay, so let's say piggy vest, you know the piggy vest, how we save, or normal bank like First Bank.
Definitely piggy vest because at least their returns are more promising when compared to regular banks.
Okay, Mercedes or BMW?
BMW.
iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone. I'm an iPhone baby. iPhone, MacBook, everything. iPhone for life.
Okay, sightseeing or shopping?
Shopping, definitely. Sightseeing is torturous.
Okay, anyone else? Shop online or in store?
In store. I like to see what I'm buying.
Oh, great. Okay, this is a tough one. Someone is asking piggy vest or cowrie wise?
Piggy vest.
Oh,
piggy
wow.
vest.
Okay, yeah. Great. Are we good, guys? I think we are. So let's just move on right into it. I know you asked me exactly that. I mean, the topic was really broad and you wanted something you could narrow down with. And I just said, okay, just give us an advice. I mean, someone like me, like I wrote in my newsletters, someone was asking me about Bitcoins for dummies or cryptocurrency for dummies. And I was like, I don't even know what cryptocurrency is. I just know everybody's talking about Elon Musk. Everyone's talking about Bitcoin. People are saying they have money. And I just don't understand. So, I mean, I think it's a great place to start. So, I mean, just feel free, go as you like. Let's talk about what you have for us. So,
okay. All right, thanks, Tosin. Might I proceed?
Yes, you can. You should.
Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. Can you give me the posting right so I can share my screen? Thank you. All right, guys, please let me know when you can see my screen. Guys, please let me know in the comment section. Can you see my screen so I can go right ahead?
Yes, I can. We can see your screen.
Okay, fantastic. So I'll need everyone that is not talking to please unmute so that we can. Okay, thank you. All right, guys, so I put together these slides very quickly because I believe it accurately captures why we're here, which is really around money matters at our age and building wealth, and more specifically digging deep into what it takes to build financial security, right? I've put up a few steps and I'm going to run through them, very quickly, and then we can take questions. I'll try to be as fast as possible because I have quite a number of slides here. All right. Now, before we even talk about the steps to building wealth, I think the first and most important is for understand the power of mindsets when it comes to building wealth, right? So there are two types of mindset. There's the abundance mindset and there's a scarcity mindset. The scarcity mindset is that mindset that says, oh, I don't earn enough money. Why should I invest? I barely pay my bills. Why should I save? Why should I put money aside? That's the scarcity mindset, the mindset that looks at limitations, that looks at it's not enough, that looks at, oh, this is happening to everybody, so I'm not the only one in it, right? And then there's the abundance mindset. The abundance mindset is the mindset that says, okay, right, I might not be able to afford it now, but I will do what I can, how I can put myself in a position where I can afford it. So it says to itself that there's an investment opportunity. My salary may not cover it, but I can save money, and after a while, I'll be able to afford that investment opportunity. So that's why our belief system is so important, because the kind of mindset that we cultivate goes a long way into determining whether we can achieve financial security. Just like the famous quote that says that if you believe you can do it, then you can. And if you believe that you can't do it, then you're also correct. So your belief system. Guys, I think someone needs to unmute their mic. Thank you. Okay, good. So your belief system is really important when it comes to building wealth or achieving financial security, regardless of how old you are. And I'll proceed very quickly. So the next thing becomes, how do we build sustainable wealth? How do we achieve financial security? These 5 steps accurately summarize everything you need to do if you are very sincere and honest with yourself about building wealth. The first thing is to evaluate your financial health. Now, when you go to a doctor, right, you don't just go there and say, oh, doctor, give me drugs. I just want to feel better. The doctor will ask you some questions to understand where you are. Because if it's going to make you feel better, if it's going to get you to your desired state, he needs to be able to accurately pinpoint what the problem is so that he can prescribe the right solution. And so it's the same thing with your financial health. He asks yourself some questions. Money, where does my money go? What ability? Jump into it. You don't just jump right into, there's a lot of questions that you need to ask yourself. In debt, whether you should focus on adding more income to your existing income, or whether you should focus on tackling, certain challenges that you have before you effectively position yourself to start to invest money. So you see, understanding and tracking your financial health is so important if you want to continuously be your budget. Your budget is pretty much helps you to spend your money, how you going forward and to spend your money. And you create your budget based on your historical expenditure. So for example, what do you spend money on typically in a month? Your feeding, your transport, your electricity, your waste disposal. You track it historically for about 3 months. And then you can now say, okay, you know what, in the month of March, this is how I'm going to spend my money. And the thing is, if you don't have a budget, you are going to be spent by money. That's what happens when people get paid today, and by next week, they're like, I just got paid. What happens to the money? How did it finish? Who is using my money? Who has access to my account? When you don't have a budget, you find yourself in that state where you can't even account for how you spend your money. And so a budget basically helps you to understand your money, helps you to create a plan for yourself going forward as to how you're going to spend that money. Please feel free to stop me with any questions. I'll still take questions at the end, but if you see any particular area where you need clarity, please let me know and I'll share with you. And of course, the second step in evaluating your financial health is to look at your assets. In simple terms, your assets are what you own. So for instance, if you own a car that is generating money, it's an asset. And by generating money, I mean, maybe you're using it for Uber or you're using it for a taxi business, right? But if you simply own a car that you're servicing every day, it's a liability. So you need to have an understanding of what your assets are and what your liabilities are. Your assets are those things that would bring in money to you, those things that you own that will bring in money to you. Your liabilities are those things that you owe, like your debts, your mortgage payments, maybe if you have a loan, the interest that you're paying on that loan, and even the loan itself, the principal repayment on that loan, right? Those are your liabilities. You need to take a step back, take a sheet of paper or use your laptop or whatever it is, and write down what it is that you own and what it is that you owe, right? Your assets less your liabilities will determine whether you're in a good financial position. If you have more assets than liabilities, then all is good. It means that you're doing well. But it's not a calculation you do one-off. It's something you want to do maybe every month. Maybe at the beginning of the month, you want to evaluate, or every quarter, you want to evaluate, okay, did I incur more debt? Did I go and borrow more money from my ACU or from wherever, right? You want to constantly see how you are performing. Companies do this thing every month. What they call their financial statements that they publish at the end of the year or at the end of their financial year. It doesn't just happen at the end of the financial year. Every month, they're constantly tracking what it's so important. Any business that doesn't do that will eventually close down or run out of business. If they do it, why shouldn't we as individuals also take it very seriously, right? Why shouldn't we look at how much we're making, how we're spending it, what we are owing, and what we're receiving? It's so important. It is so important in evaluating where you stand financially. Moving on very quickly. As you evaluate your financial health, it would inform the kind of decisions that you take. Some of these decisions could be debt. You could look at your financial health and realize that you are owing a lot of money, you're owing this person, you're owing that person, right? So you may want to take an action step, which is to first of all focus on paying off your debt. We have a smart money tribe, and we have so many kinds of people that join for different reasons. And I recall one particular guy who joined us, and he had debt of over $1 million, I think running into millions of naira. And he came to the tribe, and I told him, it's not the time for you to invest. It's time for you to tackle payment plan for him, that he would focus specifically on paying his debt. And by the end of, I think, last year or so, he had beaten his debt down to about 100K or so, very little amount of, and it was an exciting progress. If he did not know his financial position, he would not have been able to forge in the right direction. So he was able to take an informed action to tackle his debt. For some other people, for them, financial help, building their emergency funds, and your emergency fund is basically money that you have access to just in case you maybe lose your job, or you're unable to work, or you're so sick and need that money, that backup money. Please, your emergency fund is not money for Ashwebi, and that's by the way, right? And then you can also realize that you may need to take insurance. Before I go on, please let me get a pause for the class. Am I communicating? Am I making noise? Guys, just let me know in the chat box. Let me see. Access the chat box. So just let me know. Are we together? Have I lost anyone? I'm trying to go to the chat. Thanks, everyone. We're just going to go on. Yeah. So the next right would be to set a financial goal. Now that you know where you stand and you know the next steps to take, so maybe you've tackled your debts or you've built your emergency funds, value. The next will be to set a financial goal. And a financial goal is basically what you want to achieve. Now, Tosi made stating that I was able to achieve my first million. And that was because, yes, by the grace of God, I set a goal. That goal was what guided me. So I told at the end of this period, I want to reward this amount. I want to have this amount in investment. And then I took that goal and I broke it down into action steps. What do I need to do every month in order to achieve the goal? If you don't, like a footballer who is playing ball and doesn't know, so you don't even know when you scored, you don't even know, what's next, whether to, pass or whether to goal that you plan to fail. That's just how simply I can put it. So your goal must be smart. It has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be attainable, relevant, and time-based. Now, to be specific is to tell yourself, what do you want to achieve by the end of the year? It's not just, I want to be rich or I want to be wealthy. What exactly, by what amount do you want to be richer? So you need to be specific. Okay, by the end of 2021, I want to have million naira in bank account. That is being specific. By the end of 2021, I want to pay off debts of 2 million naira. That is being specific. So filling the amount, a goal without an action plan is a wish. It is a dream. So it's important that you have a step that you're taking either weekly or monthly or quarterly towards achieving that goal you set for yourself. So if you set a goal for yourself that at the end of 2021, you want to have $1 million in investment, or let's even bring it down a bit. Let's say maybe you want to have 500,000 naira in investments. The next question will be, how much do you need to invest every month in order to achieve that 5,000 naira? Roughly, over the top of my head, if you divide 500,000 by 10, that's about 50K. So it means that on a monthly basis, at least 50K must leave your income or your salary or whatever it is that you earn and go into your investment account. So it can be your piggy vest, it can be your cowrie wise, it could be rice vest, it could be any option that you consider suitable for yourself, but you must be consistent. And remember what I told you guys earlier, your mindset is important when you're building wealth. If you have the wrong mindset, you can never build wealth. Somebody who earns income and says, oh, I live only once, for example. Living only once is good, but that's when you've achieved your financial goals or you've made a bit of financial progress. If you've not, built some form of foundation to help you wealth and you're living only once, it's not going to pay you in the long run. And that's the honest truth, right? So you need to decide how much you're going to save or invest every month towards achieving your end of the year financial goal. And then, of course, you tell yourself that at the end of this period, I would have this amount multiplied by, maybe because we have 10 months left, multiplied by 10. So your goal has to be specific. Secondly, your goal has to be measurable. And we talked about measurable in terms of how much are you setting aside every month, so that you know that at the end of the month, if you've not set aside that 50K, then you've already failed on that target. And you need to start investigating why. Was it that there was a responsibility that came up that you were not able to take care of and stuff? So your goal must be measurable, because what doesn't get measured doesn't get done. And then, of course, it must be attainable, right? It has to be something that you can achieve. For instance, you can't be earning 20K and set a goal to save 50K. It's not like as if you're going to rob the bank or something, right? So your goal has to be something that you can achieve, right? You won't be realistic. You want to challenge yourself. At the same time, you don't want to put yourself in a place where you cannot achieve that goal. So it has to be attainable. And fourthly, it has to be relevant. It has to be relevant to you as an individual. Don't set a goal that is not important. Otherwise, you won't achieve it because it's not important to you, right? It's like a company that says that they want to expand into, maybe they produce biscuits or something, and they say they want to expand into cement. Yeah, how does cement relate to biscuit? That is irrelevant to as a business. They have to define that part. Otherwise, it will just be a lost cause. So it has to be relevant to you as an individual. For instance, if you are in debt, I don't expect that your goal will be targeted towards investing money, because what is most important to you now is sorting out that debt, getting yourself into a clean slate where you can invest effectively and build wealth. And of course, it has to be time-based. Otherwise, you'll be pursuing it forever. So you that million, 1 million by 25, 26, 27, you should be telling yourself, oh yeah, I want to do $1 million in my investment. So it has to be time-based. By the end of 2021, and put a date to it. Don't just say by the end of 2021. Say by December 31st, 2021, this is how much I want to have. So take this, write it down right now, and put it in a place where you constantly look at it to remind yourself of what you have to achieve this year. And of course, moving on very quickly, now that you've set your financial goal, it's important to have an action plan. What do you need to do in order to achieve that goal? And I've put together these questions to help you create an action plan based on the goal that you've set, right? What do you need to do daily, weekly, monthly goal? Do you need help? Do you need to join a tribe, a community? We have the FWT Money Tribe, where we help people by investment opportunities, by providing the support and the accountability. Do you need help in order to achieve that goal? Do you need someone to tell you, oh, have you invested this month? Why didn't you invest this month? You get all of that there as well, right? And if you need to boost your income, do you need to go and learn a course on Udemy or Coursera? I told you guys earlier at the beginning of this session that I'm recently taking some technology courses because I'm looking to expand my income earning capacity in that area. So everybody's always known me as a finance person. All my degrees are finance. I have a master's in finance. I have, I'm a certified chartered accountant, have economics on the, and all of that. But now I'm going into technology. I'm taking data analysis courses. I'm taking, a professional exam or Microsoft Azure. Why am I doing all this training? Why am I acquiring this knowledge? It's because I'm looking to expand my sources of income. So if you want to boost your sources of income, you must start to think, what knowledge, what training do I need to acquire so that I can position myself to earn more, so that I can position myself to be more marketable to other employers out there. And of course, the next thing is, what other action do you need to take? So you need to document this. Don't just put it in your head, right? They say that the faintest ink is sharper than the sharpest brain. So no matter how smart and how memorable you are, you can think of things and stuff. You need to note it down. You need to have a place. Maybe it's your computer or your journal or a notepad where you're writing down the steps that you need to take, right? And of course, by when you need to have taken these actions, being able to answer these questions will put together a personalized action plan that you look at and say to yourself, this is what I need to do daily, weekly, or monthly in order to achieve my financial goal. And of course, there's no way we talk about building sustainable wealth or we talk about money matters without mentioning investing. Because ultimately, if you're saving money, you're not doing yourself any good.
Mama.
Question?
Well, you did.
Okay, so I think someone's accidentally.
Okay, that's what I have to listen to find out now.
Mike. All right, so we've muted them back. Thank you. And of course, make sure you are investing. It's so important, so important, right? There's a quote here that says that historically, there hasn't been any better way to grow your money than through investing. And that's because investing offers you what is called compound interest. Now, explain what compound interest is to you. For those of us that remember primary school mathematics, or secondary school mathematics, we used to have simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest is just your principal times rate times time, right? And you divide it by 100 and you've gotten your interest. But compound interest, you're taking the interest that you've earned and you're adding it back to your principal and you're investing it again. And it does wonders. It does wonders. And I just remember, something that happened when I was trying to achieve a particular target. And I set up a money market mutual fund account where I was investing in, and I left it to grow with compound interest. And by the time I came at the end of the year or several months later, I was so shocked by what I saw in that account. That's the power of compound interest. Compound interest is taking money, investing it, and letting it roll over. So the money makes money and it comes back together, and the capital and the investment, the interest is invested again and it rolls over again. And so you keep investing the capital plus interest, you roll over capital plus interest, and it goes like that. And it's amazing, just leave money there to keep growing. And then one day you go there and you're like, wow, let me do this. And things like that. So that's the power of investing. Investing money. Guys, please, let's focus on doing something about rights. It's so important. This knowledge is so important for us as young people who want to build wealth. And of course, the next thing we're going to talk about very quickly is, what are you investing in? You're investing in yourself. I've talked about the importance of gaining the right knowledge, the right skills to help you build yourself into a person that commands value. How did Finance with Tokwe start? Finance with Tokwe started after I finished my master's program in finance, and I'd acquired a lot of knowledge in personal finance. And I decided that, I'm going to share this knowledge with people. And from sharing this knowledge for free on Instagram, I actually started to get engagements where I was paid just to come and do this for organizations and all of that. So invest in yourself. Be a person that becomes an authority in a field simply by the knowledge that they've acquired in that particular field. And of course, we have a community where people join because they see the value that's being created. That won't happen if you don't invest in yourself. If you're not a person that people can seek and give them results, they will want to work with you. So it's important to invest in yourself. And of course, the second thing that we're talking about when it comes to investing is investing in assets like cash, investing in the different investment options that we're going to talk about very quickly. And what investment options do we have? We have mutual funds, we have stocks and shares, agri-tech, real estate, treasury bills. These are just a few. You guys mentioned cryptocurrency earlier, and I'll talk very quickly on cryptocurrency. Now, what is cryptocurrency? It's pretty much a digital currency that people invest in. Now, it's created by all these developers and miners who go about mining and stuff. And that's why people are skeptical, because they don't understand how it works. So if you're buying cryptocurrency, for example, now maybe you're going through a platform, right? You put your Naira in that platform, but you're buying a virtual currency. When you say something is virtual, it simply means you cannot hold it. It's not tangible, but it exists and it has value, and people are using it to make payments for goods, for services, and economies across the world are already expanding to accept it. Yes, there are some restrictions in Nigeria around cryptocurrency, but the global financial industry is not determined by the Nigerian financial industry, which is one of the reasons I was telling you guys earlier that if I had to choose between both, I would definitely probably go for that, because I see a situation whereby in the future, it's going to replace paper assets in so many ways. So that's that on cryptocurrency. But if you're going to put your money there, you have to be very careful, because number one, it's not properly regulated in most countries. So you need to be careful. When something is not regulated, there's very high chance that people can manipulate it, right? The people that created it still know what to do in order to, manipulate it and stuff. You have to be careful. It's very high risk. And so I always tell people who are going to invest there that don't put in money that you can't afford to lose, so that you don't be at a losing end if things go. And it's very volatile. So 1 minute prices are going up and prices are going down. So that's just a few things that you guys need to know about cryptocurrency. So there's mutual funds. Mutual funds pretty much is you pulling your money together with other people. So everyone in the FAVES community right now, we all pull our money together and then we give it to an investment bank and then they buy into different investments. That's the simplest way I can put mutual funds. So mutual funds can vary depending on what they're investing in. So if the investment company, for instance, is investing in stocks, then that is an equity-based mutual fund. If the investment company is investing in the money market, which is the most common mutual fund that you see out there, that's a money market mutual fund. And money market instruments are just short-term instruments that people invest in and make money after a short period of time. And then there's stocks and shares. We're young, so we can still take the risk of investing in stocks and shares. But I always tell people that if you're going to buy stocks, it's important to always have a long-term view of, first of all, go for companies that have good fundamentals. That's companies that you know that they will stand the test of time and they'll be resilient. And also make sure that you're holding for the long term. So stocks, you don't just go in and then tomorrow you say you want to sell. You're watching your stock perform until you get to the point where you are pretty comfortable that you've made your money and you can come out. And like the diagram here shows, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it comes up. You just have to have a long-term approach to doing stocks. And then we have the agri-tech platforms. Agri-tech are also high risks. If you've heard of guys like Farm Crowdy, Farm Sponsor, Thrive Agric, I'm sure you've probably heard stories of some of these guys. And that's because the industry itself is not effectively regulated. SEC claims to regulate it, but they have not fully found a way to actually regulate these guys. And so that's why we had what happened last year when some of them could not pay back the money that people had invested there. So that's agri-tech platforms for you. Like those guys that leverage technology to get funds from people like you and I, and then invest it in farms and poultry and so many other types of agricultural ventures. And then there's real estate. A lot of people run away from real estate because they believe that, oh, the money is too much. How can I go and buy land for 1.something million and all of that? But there are platforms that actually allow you to affordably invest in Corium. I'm just going to type that, see if I can get into the chat box to just type that. Okay, I see I've missed a lot of chats. Oh, guys, oh, wow. Sorry, because I'm presenting, I can't see your chats, but I'm going to respond to your questions now before I go on. So there's Corium. Corium is a platform, you guys can check it out after the class, that allows you to invest little amounts, like really little amounts in real estate. And how they make that possible is they pull these little amounts from everyone and they buy a whole real estate. So you can redeem your money and redeem interest after a certain period of time. So you can just check them out. So I'm going to talk about the questions very quickly. How do we invest in mutual funds in Nigeria? Awesome question. There's so many investment companies that allow you to leverage on mutual funds in Nigeria. But it's important that if you're going to invest in a company's mutual funds, make sure the company is registered by the Securities and Exchange Commission. You don't want to put money in a company that is not registered, right? So I'm going to type a few top investment companies in Nigeria that can help you with mutual funds. There's ARM, that's Asset Resource Managers. ARM is a top investment company in Nigeria, and I know they're registered with SEC. There's FBN Quest. FBN Quest is a sister company to First Bank. For those of you that are familiar with First Bank, there's so many of them, guys. So many. I could type like 5, but just for time. There's also Stanbic Asset Management. So these guys have different mutual funds that you can invest in. For whether you want to invest in money market because you don't like taking risk, or you want to invest in the equities mutual fund because you can take a bit of risk, or you want to invest in hybrid. Hybrid combines, money markets, equities, and different other instruments, fixed income, or you want to invest in fixed income instruments. They are all available for you in these organizations. They have different types of mutual fund products that you can leverage on. And I have another question here that says, please, which is better between RiseVest and Bamboo? And to be honest with you guys, both platforms are great, although they have very different offerings. And I'm going to be partial to RiseVest. I'll tell you guys why. Now, first off, what do these two platforms do? Bamboo basically allows you to invest in the US stocks with a minimum of, I think, $20, or is it 10? Yeah, $20, right? And what Bamboo does is you can buy the stocks directly. So you can choose what you want to buy. You can choose Apple, you can choose Samsung, you can choose, Tesla, you can choose the company you want to invest in the US stocks market with Bamboo. It allows you to do that. But for RiseVest also allows you to invest in the US stocks market, but you don't get to choose what you're investing in. So RiseVest has its own portfolio. It has the companies that it's invested in. What they do is they allow you to invest, like, I think, a minimum of $10. And with that $10, you're able to buy into their own portfolio. So as their portfolio performs well, you get interest, you get returns. And I think that's where I like RiseVest, because for someone that doesn't like to take risk, all you know is they're guaranteeing you that after maybe a minimum of maybe 3 months, you get X percent. So maybe 3% or 2% or 5% or whatever percent, because it varies. And that's what I like, because I know that at the end of 3 months, I'm getting my money back and I'm getting my returns. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to bother about stocks to pick because you don't have time to research these companies and how they're performing, I will advise you go for RiseVest, because RiseVest does all the work for you. You just give them your money and they give you back returns. And RiseVest is also broader in terms of the products they offer. Beyond the US stocks market, you can also invest in Eurobonds. That's discussed for another day. But okay, just let me say it for those that may want to learn. Eurobonds are pretty much bonds that are issued in a currency that is different from the currency of the country. I know that sounds like a lot, but I'll explain in layman terms. When the Nigerian government issues a bond in dollar, that is an Eurobond, because it's a bond by a country that is not using its currency. They didn't issue it in Naira, they issued it in dollars. And so it's an Eurobond, right? So with RiseVest, you can invest in Eurobonds for strong corporate entities out there. And with RiseVest, you can also invest in real estate. And I love RiseVest because it's also more affordable. It uses a minimum of about $10 for you to invest in these platforms. Give me a second, guys. I want to drop my code for RiseVest. So in case you choose to download RiseVest after this session, you can use my code to invest so that RiseVest can know that I am preaching their gospel. 1 second, please. And another reason why I'm biased to RiseVest is because I have a working relationship with them, in representing their brand to my community and also to people out there. Guys, please 1 second. Thank you. Okay. Okay, almost there. Okay, good, got it. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to drop my RiseVest referral code. When you download the app, please be kind to use my RiseVest referral code. Yeah, so this is my RiseVest referral code. Thank you. I just wanted to drop it there. For those that may want to download the app now, you can just copy and use it, because when you try to register, they'll ask you where you referred, and you can say, yes, Topper referred me by using my RiseVest code. So yeah, so that's it about that question, which is better. So based on what I've told you, you can decide which is better for you. But anytime I go for RiseVest. And says, which is better, Nigerian Stock Exchange or US Stock Exchange? That's a very interesting question, guys. And really, it boils down to so many factors. And I'll tell you why. In 2020, the Nigerian Stock Exchange was like the highest performing market in the whole world, right? And that tells you a lot, because it means that there are opportunities, a lot of opportunities in our market. And this doesn't have anything to do with our currency. It has everything to do with the vibrancy of the companies that are listed in the stock exchange. Because I mean, for a company's stock price to go up, it means that people believe in that company, and that company has shown, a future. So the Nigerian stocks market has returned massively over time. And in 2020, it outperformed so many markets, right? So you can say based on that, but that's not enough to say that it's better, because there are also times when the US stocks market also does really well, really, really well. And of course, there are companies, their regulation there, they're which were regulated there, but you can say their regulation is stronger, but that's subject to debate and all of that. So there are a lot of factors. These are just a few factors that you take into consideration. But you know what I would advise? Invest in both stocks markets. Yes, don't limit yourself to one. It's called diversification. Diversification is not putting all your eggs in one basket. If you want to enjoy the benefits, because both markets have individual benefits to offer. For instance, dollar is a much stronger and resilient currency when compared to the naira. So obviously that tells you that you want to have some money invested in dollars. So invest in the US stocks market, invest in the Nigerian stocks market, and get the best of both worlds. That's my response to that question. So it says, will we have the option of unmuting our microphones to ask questions? I think Tosin will respond to that question. It says, is there a difference between foreign bonds and Euro bonds? Yes, foreign bonds are issued by another country. So a bond issued in the US by the US government and being sold to investors in Nigeria is a foreign bond. An Euro bond is a bond issued in the US but issued in another country's currency. That's the difference between a foreign bond and an Euro bond. Thank you, Jill, for that question. What's your take on Rackstelli? Please, can you enlighten me on what Rackstelli is? Is it a platform? Is it an investment? And then the next question is, are investments secured in RiseVerse? Absolutely, 100%. Investments are secured in RiseVerse. Technology-wise, because it's a technology company, it's a fintech, they've put in place the right technology to help secure all the investments that are done by the platform, and they're also insured. They're insured by a company in the US that makes sure that everyone on the platform is insured by up to $500,000. So yes, your investments are secure. In terms of regulation, right, it's not directly regulated by Securities Exchange Commission, but it partners with ARM, and ARM is regulated by Securities and Exchange Commission. And ARM is a trustee. A trustee is basically making sure that RiseVerse uses investors' money for what it says it's going to use it for. So yeah, guys, that is how secure investments on RiseVerse are. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, guys, that's it on the questions. Thank you so much. Please keep the questions coming. It's really, really nice that you guys are following, and I'm really happy to respond and take all your questions. You better ask me questions now, because if you ask me questions outside this platform, I will charge you money. To join my community, it costs 25,000 naira, and it's going to go up. So ask all your questions now. Says, does it mean that hybrid funds bring more return compared to the other three? Well, so to be honest with you, it's not a yes or no. Someone is laughing. It's not a yes or no question, right? Hybrid funds can outperform and others can outperform. It's really dependent on the performance of what that fund is investing in. So for instance, now recently in the investors world in Nigeria, that's a funny question. You see that investors are shifting from the stocks market to the bonds market. It happens a lot of times. Sometimes when investors see that returns are higher in bonds or fixed income, they move their money there. And when they move their money, stocks prices will start crashing. And if a fund is investing in the stock market, obviously that fund will lose value too, right? And if a fund is invested in the bond sector where they're moving their money to, that fund will gain value. So it's a function of different factors somewhat. You can't say that this one performs, because sometimes, yes, it will perform better, and some other times it will perform worse. It just really depends on the instrument that it has invested in. How is that instrument performing? Is the stocks market doing well? So if a hybrid fund were to outperform all three, it will mean that all the various instruments it's investing in is outperforming. So for instance, now, if we have a fixed income fund, right, that's just only investing in bonds, corporate bonds, Euro bonds, and all of that. And we have a hybrid fund that invests in bonds, invests in equities, invests in money markets, right? And all those three sectors are doing well, which is quite unlikely, because the way investment works is as one is doing well, the other one is going down. Very unlikely that bonds and equity will be going up at the same time, right? What that means is that the bonds will be doing well. The hybrid, because it has bonds in it, it will do well as well. But because equity is going down, the rate at which it will do well it will be lower than the rate at which the bonds will go. So guys, I hope I'm explaining this thing well, because it's trying to bring these complex things and put it in a very simple term. So how it performs is really dependent on what it's investing. I hope I've answered your question. And guys, if I'm not clarifying your question, please still ask it again in the comment section. I respond. It says, it seems it's a bull year in the stocks market and crypto. How does this affect investors' activity, right? So for those that don't understand, a bull year is pretty much a period when prices are rising. And when prices are rising, people are looking to take profit. People are looking to make money. Those, big institutional investors, what they do is they take their money, invest in certain stocks, and they get out. And before you know what, prices are down again. And if you're not informed, you'll be on the losing end. And so how does it affect investors' activity? Now, I'll speak from our perspective as young investors, young millennial investors. We need to be very, very informed on what's happening, because if you don't know what's happening in the market, you go in when people are going out and you lose money. So if prices are rising, right, you want to take a step back and look, by how much has this price risen? Do you think it's going to continue rising? You need to talk to professionals. It's not something that you want to do on your own, because the stocks market, in as much as people are making money there, people are getting their fingers burnt as well. People are losing a lot of money. So you want to be informed. You want to talk to professionals, or you want to be in a community where people know and understand these things and they always talk about it. One of the reasons I love our FWC Money Tribe is because I'm not the only finance expert there. But a lot of times when people ask questions on our support group, before I come to respond, somebody else has already responded, because people understand the fundament. And you cannot even be in our community and not be a financially wise person, because the kind of information will expose you to continuously. You start to answer questions like me, and you respond even before Tokwe responds. That's how impressive. So interact with professionals, people that understand these things, how this market works, and of course that will help you make a decision. And that's speaking from the perspective of we as investors, so that we can put our money in at the right time and then put it out at the right time as well. And then it says, how does this affect investors' activity? Speaking from the perspective of the investors now, and when I say the investors, I'm talking about the large corporations, the people that move the market. How it affects the activities, because they can see prices rising, they want to take advantage of that. So they put their money there so they can make money and come out as quickly as they can. They're not like us that we are looking to take a long-term view. Because of the volume that these guys invest in, right, a slight rise in price is enough for them to make millions of dollars or millions of naira. So they can come in at 3 naira and price goes to maybe 3 naira 50 kobo, and they come out again immediately. And you come in at 3 naira 50 kobo, and because they've come out, the price can now go from 3 naira 50 kobo to 1 naira, because they've taken a large amount out. So you have to constantly be informed. Says this huge investment. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Pristine. And it says, can you invest your emergency fund in a mutual fund? This is like one of the best questions I've heard this morning. And this is my response. Because your emergency fund, underlining the word emergency, you don't want to put your emergency fund in a high risk investment. You want to put it in an investment that is easily accessible, because emergencies can happen. We don't pray for them to happen. We pray against them, because it's not something that anybody wishes, but it happens. So you have to plan. You have to plan for it. The Bible says that invest in 7-year, 8 ventures, because you don't know what disaster may come up. So the Bible tells you to prepare for emergencies, because these things happen. So where should you invest your emergency fund? If you're going to put your emergency fund in a mutual fund, please put it in a money market mutual fund. Why money market? Because number one, money markets, they are low risk. So your capital come back tomorrow and you see it there. Number two, they are easily funds to go. They will let you take it. The only penalty is your interest may be affected. So if you invest 10K in a money market today and tomorrow, yesterday and today, your 10K should have earned maybe 1 naira. maybe your 1 naira will be cut down to 50 kobo because you took it out. So money markets preserve your capital. If you're going to put your emergency fund there, put it in a money market mutual fund. Do not put your emergency fund in an equity-based mutual fund, because equities are in line with the stocks market, and stock market goes up and down. So you can put 10,000 naira today, and tomorrow your 10,000 naira becomes 8,000, and next tomorrow 8,000 becomes 15,000, and next tomorrow it becomes 12,000. And the day you now need it, you don't know what it's going to be. So put it in a place that you are rest assured that when you want to access it, it's available for you and you don't have any issues accessing it. And then he says, how do I come out of an investment that went bad? Oh, this is a very interesting question. I have to get more details to understand what the scope of this question is. And I'll use an example. If you invested in, I won't mention the name of the platform, there's a particular agricultural tech platform that failed to pay people last year, and everybody went online, Twitter, Instagram, talking and all of that. And because they didn't pay investors back. Now let's ask the question from perspective of how should someone that put their money in that agri-tech, how should it come out? The truth of the matter is that it is difficult, very difficult to come out from an investment that went bad, very difficult. And that's why one of the things I mentioned to you guys earlier is that make sure that you invest in a registered investment company. So a company that is regulated, first of all, registered by CAC, and second, most importantly, regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Because when a company is regulated by Securities and Exchange Commission, it makes it almost impossible, I didn't say unlikely, almost impossible for them to manipulate investors' money. Even if they invest in something that goes back, SEC will make sure they pay you back. That's for that kind of situation. But for an agri-tech platform that is not effectively regulated and it's not strongly regulated like the way CBN regulates bank, it is so difficult to get your money. It becomes a matter of prayer and fasting. Oh God, please touch the heart of these people so they can pay my money back. And I say this because I've had an experience as well, right? You know, and that's the beauty about investment journey. It's not always all rosy. Sometimes you make your mistakes, you learn, and you make better and more informed decisions. And the second thing I want to talk about is make sure you're diversified. I told you guys earlier, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Why? Because if that basket drops, you lose all your eggs. Or put your eggs in different baskets. And I use an example of myself. Last year, I invested in a particular platform. I think I won't mention the name of the platform. It was an agri-tech platform, and it's not the one that everybody was talking about. It's a completely different one. Now, I just put some money there. It wasn't even much, and then they didn't till now. They haven't even paid back. But you know what? I never for once had like high blood pressure. I never for once had sleepless nights because they didn't pay back my money. In fact, as that now, I've written off that money as, if you like, if it comes back good, if it doesn't come back, that's their business, right? Because of diversification. Diversification is so important. When you have your eggs in so many baskets, if one basket drops, you're not bothered because you have so many baskets and you're creating more baskets. That's the power of putting investments in different places. So to protect yourself from an investment that goes bad, diversify. Ensure you go for companies that are registered with Securities and Exchange Commission, and trust God. Says this is interesting. Can you recommend investment bankers to help manage all this? Yeah, I mentioned a few. I mentioned a few earlier on, Rosemary. You can just scroll up the chart. You see some of the companies I mentioned as ARM, FBN Quest, Stanbic Asset Management. There's Vetiva. There's Codros, Meristem. These are companies that are all registered with. They are regulated by Securities and Exchange Commission. And it says here. Let me see the next question. Sapphire Sense, tears, my dear, Pele. My own is not Sapphire Sense though, but sorry, I know how it feels, but it's important, you know, to make sure that we let these lessons help us to make better investment decisions. Yes, so S&P 500 ETF, these are things that you need to know, you know, and just for the knowledge of those that are here, S&P 500 is an index that tracks the performance of the top 500 companies in the US stocks market. So you can just have that at the back of your mind as what it is, right? So if you invest in that kind of index, for example, now, obviously you'll be investing in the companies that the index tracks. Yeah. And there's ETFs as well. ETFs are similar to mutual funds, right? But the difference is that they are traded. ETF means exchange traded funds. So you're investing in a fund that you can trade, so you can go and come out as you want. And I think that's the last of questions I have here. Thank you guys for making this so engaging. So these are just the few investment options I want to talk about today. But I think I've talked about it by touching on these questions. And of course, the last is treasury bills. In Nigeria right now, treasury bills are not doing so well. The rates have been pretty low. And that's because the CBN is trying to encourage people to take money away from treasury bills and move it to the real sector. So move it to giving loans to businesses and things like that. So T-bill loans have been very low, but these are options that you can definitely start up with as an investor. And then as you build wealth, you can leverage more diverse options. And of course, the last step in building sustainable wealth is celebrate your wins. If you set a target to build wealth and achieve maybe $1 million, $1 million, because we're going into dollar realm now, guys. And you achieve that target, or you even achieve half of it. So if you wanted to achieve 5 million by December, and by August, you already have 500K in your investment. Celebrate it, take yourself out. And please, taking yourself out doesn't mean you take all the 500K and you're not going to spend it at what's that place in Lekki? I can't remember the name. Anyways, you go and spend everything there. No, it means just, rewarding yourself, something nice to appreciate the effort and the consistency, because it takes a lot to achieve a financial goal. It takes discipline, because you're telling yourself that, oh, I'm not going to spend money on this or spend money on that because I have a goal I want to achieve, right? So celebrate your wins. It's so, so important. As you invest money as you achieve your goal, it's important to appreciate yourself. It's important to enjoy today by appreciating every win. This way you motivate, encourage, and inspire yourself to want to achieve more goals. Thank you guys for listening. But before I stop talking, I'll just talk about the FWT Money Tribe. I've mentioned it a few times. If you'd like to learn more about the FWT Money Tribe, you can check out my website at financewithtalkway.com and put that in the comments in the chat box very quickly. Oh, let me see. Okay, so guys, good. Chris sent me a message trying to use my code but it's saying invalid. And why that happens is typically maybe you use 0 instead of O. So if you look at my RiseVest code, when you put in H9, H8, VVO, that's O, not 0, like O for orange. Thanks, Chris. So I'm going to respond to that again. Use O for orange as the last letter, because I get that a lot from kind people like yourself who want to use my referral code to let RiseVest know that Talkway recommended them downloading the platform. So I'm going to type in my code again, guys. H9, H8, VVO. O is for orange, as in O for orange. Thank you. So yeah, guys, so to learn more about my work and learn more about me and learn more about what I do, you can check my site at financewithtalkway.com. And we have an online learning platform. Money Academy was previously charged, but I've made it free. Same. Okay, try 0. Did you try 0? Did it go? If O for orange is not working, try 0. My Instagram handle. Okay, I'm going to type that, guys. Hang on. So many messages to respond to. Oh God, I'm getting overwhelmed. So yeah, this is our online resources platform. I have a few videos that are here and they're absolutely free. So you can just go, watch. If you want to boost your financial literacy, if you want to, keep hearing. Are you sure? That's quite. Is anybody else having that same error, guys? Using my code H9, H8, VVO. Is anybody having that same error? Same error. Is everyone having that same error? I need to know if maybe it's the RiseVest thing. So maybe you can try again later, Chris. You can try again later, and let's see if you're having that same error. And it's quite unusual if you change the O to O. Someone says, "What books?" Thank you. Okay, thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I really appreciate it. Someone says my Instagram handle is finance with Talkway. Yeah, like as in finance with. So you can check me out on Instagram, see what I do. I've been very busy of late with my tech training, so I've not really had so much time to post, but you can be very sure that you get valuable information from that platform. It says, please, can I know more about your community? I want to be part of it. So yeah, guys, very quickly about the FWT Money Tribe. The FWT Money Tribe is pretty much a platform. Now, why did I create this tribe? I created it for people who want to invest, who want to build sustainable wealth, but they don't know how to go about it. Or maybe they even know, but they don't know what investment options are legitimate, registered, and are worth putting their money in. So they don't want to fall into scam. They don't want to fall into all these investment options that are jeku, like investment options that will just go and take your money and then person will disappear. So what we do is we research investment options for you, registered, legitimate investment options. We put it out there for you. We partner with companies, investment companies, so that we can tell you about the products that they have, so you can find the ones that meet your needs and invest in the products. So some of the companies I mentioned, for instance, FBN Quest, we partner with them to provide their products to members of the community. In fact, in the tribe, we're going to have a session later in March where we're going to have a representative from FBN Quest come and talk to us and tell us about the trust fund options for our children. So people in the tribe that are looking to plan for their kids, that want to start, setting up money for their college or for their future plans for their children, we're going to have FBN Quest come and tell us what options are available, what education plans are available, because it's important to also set the right pathway for your children, so that if for any reason, they're on their own, they have something to take care. We don't pray for these things to happen, like I always tell you, but we always have a plan in place by the help of God. So that's it on the FWT Money Tribe. We provide you with the knowledge. Every week you get weekly newsletters containing information on investment opportunities. We give you stock recommendations, so you don't have to start thinking, oh, which stock should I buy? Every week we give you what stocks based on what analysts are saying. We tell you what stocks you can buy in the US market, in the Nigerian stock market, especially in the Nigerian stocks market. That one's consistently given every week with our newsletter. And then we give you investment options. We show you how to invest in the options. So if you say, oh, I like investment, how do I invest in it? And I answer all your questions. That's the only platform, because you've paid it's a one-off fee of 25,000 naira to join. But once you join, you don't have to pay any other thing. You're a member for life. And that's the beauty about the FWT Money Tribe. So if you wake up 2 years later and you have a very, very big question to talk about, we can have a meeting. You can schedule a meeting with me without paying again, right? And then we discuss. To engage me, it can cost as high as 100K, and I'm not lying, guys. So the community is like the most affordable way to have access to me at any time. We can talk. So if you want to have a meeting with me to plan your finances, very recently I had a meeting with one of our members who is looking to do a lot of dollar investments. So we took time to discuss the various dollar investment options that are available, and provide clarity on the ones that she could start with. Mainly after that meeting, she started taking action, and it's amazing what she's been able to achieve. So that's the beauty. You get that tribe, you get that. And I don't know everything. So people that know to tell you, oh, this is what I think is happening here. Guys, this is what's happening in the US market. So you get information that you can use to act and take steps to help you build wealth. We have members in Nigeria, we have members in UK, we have members in US, in China, in Germany, in Canada, and we keep expanding. And together as a community, if you take a look at what everyone has invested since they came in, we don't invest your money for you, we just link you to the investment options. But when we aggregate everything that everyone has invested in their various personal portfolios, it's well over 70 million, possibly even reaching 100 million that we've invested in different options to help members build wealth. So thank you guys so much for taking time to listen to me. Oh, I have a question here. Thanks, everyone. Oh, thank you. Someone says the difference between rice vest and bamboo. Okay, just one key thing you need to know is that with bamboo, you choose your stocks. With rice vest, you don't choose your stocks. That's it. And bamboo is about $20 minimum. Rice vest is about $10 minimum. And rice vest has more options. So beyond stocks, you can invest in Euro bonds and you can invest in real estate. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Let me see if there's any other question. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Blessing. Someone says reduce it to 25. Lie, that's 25K. Guys, it will go up. I was telling people that possibly by the end. Oh, thank you, Courage. Did you use my code? Please, I need to know if something is wrong with the code so that I can talk to the rice vest team. The money, are you serious? What's happening? Maybe they're having some technical issues today. Just hang on for a bit. If you have any further issues, 2 months, the money has been declining. So what I'll do is let me provide you with their support line. So just send a mail, you get instant help from them. So 1 second, I'm trying to pull out their email address. So you can send a mail to hello@rise.capital. If you're having any issues, guys, with Rise Vest, just send a mail to this address and they'll help you figure out what could be wrong or why it is that you're having that issue with Rise Vest. Yeah. Someone says my portfolio is aggressive investor. That was why. That's interesting. Thanks for sharing. So yeah, to join the community, just you can go to any of the sites I've mentioned. There's instructions on how to join. I don't know if I'll be able to pull up our Paystack link right now, but if you go to financewithtope.com of FWT Money Academy, you definitely see one link that will lead you. Maybe while watching the videos, you see a link that will lead you on how you can join the community. But if for any reason you're still unable to join, feel free to send me an inbox via Instagram at financewithtope, and I'll give you a direct link to help you join. Thank you so much, everyone, and God bless you. Over to you, Tosin.
Thank you, Tope. Oh my, I'm so excited because I think this is like the most interactive fireside chat we've had. Everyone is, chatting. People are even messaging me online, like on my phone, and they like. And I'm like, so all of you need this, and people have been quiet so far. And I'm just amazed because everybody is very brilliant. Everybody knows a lot. Even me, I'm like, hey, what's this? What are these people saying? So thank you so much, Temitope, for giving us all the value that you just dropped. There's one question I asked. Okay, because people are crying in my inbox, really, Tope. What do you recommend for anyone that's still lost after this session? Some people are like, people in the community already know money, so they are still lost. So is there like a guide, like something, or they should just join your community, Abi? Because some people don't know what anything.
Okay, so this is what I would advise. Okay, because, so this is what I would advise. This is what I would advise. There are two things you can do after this session. If you still need guidance, you can go to the FWT Money Academy online. We have free videos. Start by watching the videos there. The videos there are very detailed and they're easy to understand. I'll put in the website. It's free, so you're not going to pay anything. For those of you that are like, it's expensive, it's this, I can't pay. So just go to the fwtmoneyacademy.com and watch the videos there. Take time. Don't watch it and be preparing beans or watching Netflix. Focus and listen to the videos that are there, and you'll get the steps, the information that you need in order to be able to take steps. I'm so surprised my code is not working. I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know if Firesidse is having an issue or stuff. So, but I'm coming to that, guys. That's on what to do after this session. Secondly, you can join the community. If you want to join, if you're someone that, you don't have time for videos, you just want someone to talk to you so you can ask all the questions and not feel stupid, you want to book some time with me, you can join the community. If you have to book a one-on-one time with me, it's a lot more expensive. It's as expensive as 100K. But in the community, you still have access to me, right? And you can book a call or book some time with me, and we'll talk through what it is that you're facing. Because I know that some people have some personal, financial, the situation is not general, like, what we've been saying. You may need us to touch on some specific issues that you're facing. So we can have that meeting together and discuss, and then we can chat the way forward and we can get that guidance and that accountability. Yes, and so any book or guide, I have a few books. You could check via my Instagram, my link in my bio Instagram. There are a few books I have that can also help you if you just want to read. And those ones are also a lot more affordable. So you could buy those books as well and read them and stuff. So those are the options that you can have to act after this.
Thank you very much. I'm sure that helped a lot. Thanks you so much, Tope. So just before we wrap up, we know you are going to do mommy duties. Today's birthday party. So any question, guys, next 5 minutes, any questions we have for Tope just before we allow her go. I'm sure already we know that she even posts, to take questions. She has done a lot, but any final questions? Are we still confused? Do you need clarity on anything else before we end this session? It's been an amazing one, guys. Ihoma, do you still have a question to ask? You wanted to speak to her. Rashid, focus, please. Okay, guys, no questions. Brilliant people. Amazing. Okay, you're fine, Hioma, you're fine now. Thank you. Let me just check the chat here. Okay, so I guess we're fine. We're fine. You've done a lot. You've taught us. You've done a lot. Okay, someone is asking something. Do you get paid in dollars with Rice Vest?
Yes, you do. You do. So when you invest in RiseVest, right, you can use your Naira card or your Naira account using your Naira card, or you can use your dollar. If you have a dollar account, you can use your dollar card. And they give you a conversion rate. So they convert the Naira to the equivalent dollar amount. And that's what is invested for you. And your returns are paid in dollars. So when you want to withdraw, you can either choose to withdraw into a dollar account, maybe because you want to hedge against fluctuations in Naira, and you can withdraw both your principal and your interest in dollars. So yes, it's a dollar denominated investment platform, completely in dollars.
Okay, great. Another one, what books do you recommend for financial literacy? Is You're a
Yeah,
Bad
so
at Making Money Fine?
yeah, thanks for that question. There's so many amazing books out there, but some of the books that have really spoken to me, money management, the A to Z of money management by Nimi Akinkugbe is a very, very good book. I had to take that book. So many books I left in Nigeria, but I couldn't leave that one. Let me see. Nimi Akinkugbe, A to Z of money management. Very good book. And there's a book we're reading in the community now. We do a book review, or we're planning a book review, What the Rich Invest in, that the poor do not. That book is mind-blowing. For those of you that like to read. I'm trying to type it into the chat box.
Okay, that's fine.
By Robert Kiyosaki. This guy that was Rich Dad Poor Dad. This book is an amazing book as well. So these are a few places where you can start in terms of expanding your financial knowledge and literacy. We're reading this What the Rich Invest in, guys. Someone says, please give me a picture about the ROI or RiseVest. When you log in, you see it varies per time, but I think so far it's done like an average of 12% or so. Last year, their stocks did as high as about 31%, and that's very, very, very high. 31% as in over the year. So it could be higher and not, but like I told you guys, the stock market fluctuates, right? So have your expectations put in place appropriately. Says with inflation increasing now in Nigeria, what buffer can one leverage on? Guys, and that's a very valuable question. If you're going to beat inflation, you have to look at options that are higher than inflation. If I recall, inflation in Nigeria now is around 15% or so. So you want to look at returns that are higher than 15%. And what that means is if you're going to go for higher returns, you must be willing to take more risk, because for there to be higher returns, they have to be higher. So you want to go to the stocks market, which be prepared to wait it out long term, right? You want to do agri-tech. Like I told you, diversification is key. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. But you guys were still young, so we can take the risk. But as you grow older, as you start to get to like 40, 50, you don't want to start putting your money in stocks. You want to start being more conservative because you're approaching retirement. So you want to start putting your money in money markets and other places where your income and capital will be preserved. So those are just options that you can use to beat inflation at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Priscilla is saying 12% per annum.
Yes, but it varies. So it could be higher, but we need to confirm.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. We need to let you go now. You've done a lot for us. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, guys. And guys, it's recorded. I'm going to upload it and share the links after. So, I mean, you can catch up. If it seems like she was rushing too much, you will pause, digest it, listen. You will get all the links to join our community. I mean, I've gotten some people chat me up already that they're going to join their community. Some people are saying give discount, but me, I'm like, no, we are reaching our community, please. This is already free. We'll pay that 25K in Jesus. You people, we have money, please, no discount. You're already doing this for us for free. Thank you very much, Tokwe. So guys, please, just because we are not paying Tokwe, right? And I'm sure we all enjoyed this session. Please just take a screenshot of your screen, share it on social media. I mean, because these things also help our brand, help her get many speaking engagement, so she can get more money since we are not paying. Yes, offering time for Tokwe, amazing. Yes, please just take a screenshot. Say amazing session with Tokwe on social media, tag me. I mean, I'll repost on and we're good with that. Thank you very much, Tokwe. Any final words? I think just where can we follow you on social media? Right. That's all we need to just end it.
Yeah, guys, Finance with Tokwe, Instagram, Facebook, available. You can see it there.
Yes, Finance with Tokwe at Finance with Tokwe. Thank you very much, guys. So thank you, Tokwe. Please let us show our face. Our face is showing. There is a face that is here. Let me go off video. People have seen me finish now. You don't want to see my face. Oh yeah, Bikonu. Snap Tokwe or screenshot that. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Tokwe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, it's
Thanks,
morning.
everyone. For the person that wants to see my face, this is my face. Yeah, thank you, Tosi. Thank you, everyone. Great to be here again. Really grateful for your time and for the invite. Thank you so much.